What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to 303 Streets. My name is Brandon Lechuga, and if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you how to remove your sensor wires for your rear bumper for the Ford Bronco. So as you can see, here's the new bumper, and I have the old one lined up with the new one. So I make sure I transfer the sensors to the correct spots. So as you can see, we have sensors right here, right there, and then same thing on the other side. So this is the bottom of the bumper technically. So this side is the top. This is where the tow hitch is located, and same goes for that. Just this way so I make sure I don't mess anything up or switch anything. So as you can see, here's the new sensor holes on the new bumper. So this is a steel bumper. If you want to see the mock-up of it, check out one of my other videos. If you want to see how to remove this one, check out the other video. I'll give you a quick rundown. So you're going to be removing 2 bolts right here. As you can see, there's those 2. And then there's one that goes right there. And one that goes right there. And that will pull off the bumper. You have to remove the 2 clips on the side for your sensors and your light. And yeah, that's how you remove that. So really quick, let's go through how to remove this. So to start off, you're gonna wanna label, your driver side. I did the driver middle side, passenger middle, and passenger side, and that was it. So from there, you're gonna wanna use flatheads to pop out all these little clips. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a 7th down here that is going to need to be popped. And if I can show you, I will really quick. They're really easy. It's better if you have 2 hands so nothing gets damaged, but you kind of just work it slowly back and forth on either side, and as you can see, it comes out. So you're just going to work your way along the sides. They're kind of everywhere, as you saw. I missed one there, so that means I probably missed one on this side, which I did. So again, working our way out from the middle, so we have one right here, one right there, another one right here, which I need to get. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this with just 2 hands, so it's a little bit difficult. But yeah, so again, like I said, don't want to be too aggressive with it. Kind of just work either side. Go nice and slow. And it slowly will come out. And there we go. There it is. I have to give it a little tug with the hand. Yeah, but like I said, if you have 2 hands, this works a little bit easier. So I'm probably going to leave that one until I can use my other hand. One right there. And then one right up there. So once you get those out, you're going to move on to your sensors. And here's the sensors. So it clips in like that, as you can see. So it's clipped in. And what you're going to do is pry the clip. Again, sorry, only got 2 hands. It makes it a little difficult. So you're going to pry on the clip, push it out, and then out. So it kind of just pops from the center out. So you're going to want to just push them out on both sides, and then it slides out. So I just did one side at a time. Again, reach from the inside, kind of push, then go to the other side and kind of push and pull, and it should just come out. So I did that on all these, all 4 of them. And then you're over here at the light. So to remove the light and to remove these, you can see there's a little tab down there. You kind of have to get, I use one of my little flatter tools. So a skinny flathead or something like that can fit in here, and then kind of just pry at the bottom and it will come out. So yeah, once you have that removed, you're gonna have to remove this bracket. You're gonna have to remove that to be able to slide this out. And again, you just don't want to damage anything, so you'll take these 4 bolts out, and then you'll come over here, do the same, remove those so you can put these into your new one. And then, yeah, that's it for right now. So let me just finish doing that up, and then I'll show you how I installed them on the other thing. All right, sorry the lighting's horrible. But as you can see, I got the sensors in. So far, didn't like that this bumper didn't have it spaced out to where these wires would reach, so I had to redo them. So yeah, I was able to make the sensors fit. I'll roll it over to kind of show you. Got the sensors on. There's one of them. There's another. Right down there. Over there. So, like I said, I didn't like how this bumper had the two middle sensors kind of spread out, because then it made it not fit. So I had to extend my wires. So if you're not comfortable doing that, I would recommend not buying this bumper. Yeah, so now I'm gonna bolt it up. So in between the vehicle and the bumper, I have a plate that goes on each side, and I also have two extra little plates that I gotta mount under here to make it work, because it's gonna run through that side hole over there. So I'll kind of show you when it's done. Sorry about the lighting, I know it's horrible, but yeah, this is the bumper all put together with the sensors in it. So yeah, I'm gonna install it really quick, bolt it up, and then I'll do an in-depth walkthrough underneath, kind of showing you how it bolted up. All right, here we are installing it. As you can see, the bumper, I kind of have it somewhat on. Again, the good thing is once you get it kind of on, the tire will hold it. So what I'm doing now, all the sensors are good to go. Like I said, those are all in, good to go. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting in the bracket that you're gonna need to install to make sure it bolts down to the frame. So as you can see, it's in there. So what I did is, this one's gonna be an example. Took it, slid it in. It's easier to do when the bumper's off, but the bumper's on right now. So as you can see, you just slide it right through here, lines it up. I'll put the bumper on the rest of the way. Here's my spacer that you're gonna need to put in between the frame and the bumper. And then once you get this bolt in and the two bottom bolts in that you'll reuse from the factory, you'll take this and plug it back in, and then do the same thing on the opposite side. You can wait to plug this in until it's completely done. That way you're not putting extra stress or anything on the wires. But yeah, that's really it. So I'm gonna bolt it up, and then I'll try to show you what it looks like all bolted up. All right, so everything's bolted down. Again, the bumper looks like it's sagging because of the angles, but it's not. Again, the only thing I need to change is this. I'm gonna have to do something with it because I just don't like that look at all. Got the bolting on the side, two bolts down there. So same thing for the other side, but it's installed, it's on. So if I were to give this bumper a rating for the Wildtrak, this specific model, I would say probably like 5.5 out of 10. So reason number one, sensors were a pain in the butt to get in on this. Doing the sensors makes it a lot more difficult. If you don't have sensors, easily makes this bumper, 7 out of 10, because it cuts the install time down in half. All you have to do is remove your bumper, throw this one on, good to go. Like I said, looks wise, it could look a little bit better. Another reason is the sensor locations. I don't like this one. I wish it would have been here, but this being so wide as it is makes you have to, cut your wires and extend them. So, that's, again, huge issue for me right there. I don't like that, but it looks good. It doesn't hit the door or anything. Looks good. Yeah, like I said, the gap's not too bad. It's just the side. So the lights are kind of cool, but those aren't even hooked up at all. So I'm gonna have to get these wires out from here, run them up, and see if they can even tap into this light. That's even a questionable thing. But, you know, if you're just looking for a bumper that is, you know, a steel bumper, looks nice, and again, if you don't have the sensors, this easily makes this bumper, you know, 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. Again, the install time took way longer because I had to extend the wires for this sensor, because this sensor is originally like right here, and then it's right here on the stock bumper on the other side. So they made them wider, so again, made that an issue. Wish this was over here. Still have to do the lights, but it's all bolted up and on, so I'll have to just run the lights. All this kind of pops off pretty easy. All through here, you know, you kind of just pop all these things off to get the light out, and then pop this off to get the light out, and then pretty easy. But again, if this wasn't such a weird angle, I would also probably give it a better rating. I need to try to push everything a little bit more forward, I think, on this side. We'll have to see if it goes forward, because the gap looks bigger here versus over here. So I'm gonna just try to straighten that out and see if I can get it a little bit tighter and a little bit more flush. But, you know, all in all, it's an okay bumper. The design of it definitely makes it look like it's sagging. So that's just, you know, a quick side note to kind of know if you do go this route, it might look a little saggy. And again, I'm gonna try to see if I can do something to make it a little bit less gappy right there, because I just don't like that look. So yeah, all in all, you know, if you're just looking for a bumper, if yours gets damaged, this is a quick, you know, $280 bumper that I bought on Amazon. I'll put the link in the bottom. And like I said, it was pretty easy to get it bolted up and put it on, even without instructions. I figured it out. So, all right, so as you saw, I had the sensors in, put the bumper back in, installed it, everything good to go. Ended up being a bigger issue than what I thought. They weren't functioning properly. So now I'm gonna use this stock hardware, and then I'm going to make the holes bigger to make the hardware fit. So first thing I did was I trimmed up the sides right here, because these have little, as you can see right there, have little tabs that go in right there to make that fit. So I cut those out to make it so it can fit. But that's obviously gonna be on this one. So I'm gonna have to expand these holes, and those two holes actually right there and there, I'm gonna be cutting out completely to put in some lights right there. So it's gonna be a bit of a process, but first thing you're gonna do is cut this off and then expand your holes. As you can see, this hole setting is further apart. I wish I would have just gone with new holes, so I wouldn't have had to chop up my wires like I did and extend them. That sucks, but it is what it is, you know, whatever. It sucks, but just have to deal with it. So that being said, like I said, I'm just going to, you know, drill out some new holes, get some placements, and then we'll go from there, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like. All right, here we are with the sensors put in, the lights put in, the bumper. So it turned out pretty good. So some tools you're gonna need is angle grinder. So some sort of grinder with the metal blade on it. And then metal drill bits that can get through the steel to make the hole wider. What I use, I don't quite know the name of them, but if you go on Amazon, again, they'll be in my link. If you go to Amazon, you can buy these. I think I put them right here, yeah. And these go through it, especially if it's brand new, it'll easily go through it. So, yeah, that's some of the stuff I used to get through it. I'm still kind of concerned with the location of where the original sensors were compared to these. I did think about punching it out right here, but I didn't want to go through that. It would have been easier to go through the side of that, but this is where they had them located. I had to do a little bit of touch-up paint because I scratched it. So once it's dry, I'll kind of rub it off and get some of it off to not be as noticeable. But yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna hook up my lights. I'm gonna wire them to one of my relays over here that isn't being used, so I'm just going to check the numbers. As you can see, some of them are already in use. Actually, quite a bit of them are, but there's still 3 available that I can use. So I'm going to figure those out to wire it to my switch, and then I'll run the wire down into the back. You don't have to do that. You can also tap into the back because they have wires already pre-wired, but then you got to go from there to here and like wire it up. So to me, it's just a little bit more simple to just run it. I already have it ready and tie it in. So I'm gonna get this bumper mounted, and then I'll show you how I mounted it. All right, so the bumper is on. I'm gonna show you what it looks like really quick, and then you can get a full view of it. And then I will show you what it looks like with the lights on, since the lights are on right now. So that's what it looks like with the lights on. They're on right now. Looks pretty good, especially from the rear, it looks good. The only few things I might change are a few things, and I'll show you really quick. On the stock bumper, there's a little flare that comes out here, a little mud flap. So I might extend this a little bit and make my own kind of mud flap that comes out and kind of goes down. It's probably too far, so I'll probably come out like right about there and then come down. The other thing is you can see some of the body quite a bit, so I might plasti dip that. Other than that, everything works great. The sensors work great, the lights work great. These are brake lights and blinkers, and they have not been connected yet. The weather is a little bit cold out, so I'm gonna wait on that a little bit. But other than that, the bumper's on great and really nice. So when you bolt it back up, you bolt it up like you took it off. There's gonna be, as you can see, 2 bolts right there and 1 right there. So super simple to bolt up, super easy. Again, with this bumper, it's a little bit of a hassle, mainly because of the sensors, how the sensors are set up. So if you don't have sensors, this bumper is perfect for you. Without sensors, this bumper is a 5 out of 5. With sensors, this bumper is a 3 out of 5. And mainly just because of the alterations you have to do for your wires that you can see. I plug them back in right there, but mainly because of the wires. So yeah, right there. The sensors are a pain because you have to drill new holes to make everything fit and blah, 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 blah. On top of that, as you saw, I had to use the stock hardware. Like this one, I had to reuse all that because it just wasn't holding in proper and the sensors weren't functioning properly. So I had to drill the holes a little bit bigger, cut the little brackets they had for the sensors that they put in. Those had to go. So yeah, if you're looking for a cheap bumper, this is it. If you're willing to do a little bit of alterations to it to make it work and make it function and make it, you know, your own, this is definitely the way to go. You'll save a lot of money compared to the other ones online. A lot of them are ranging between around like, you know, $400 or $500 at the cheapest that I've seen, really. More or less 6 or 7 what I've seen a lot. So I'm sure those bolt on a little bit easier. And like I said, if you don't have sensors on your Bronco on the rear bumper, you're good to go. This will go on and off in 5 minutes. You'll have this set up perfect in, you know, an hour. Super easy, super simple to do. Excuse me. But if you're having to do what I had to do, you have to make some cuts, you know, drill some new holes and run the wires and cut their brackets. And like for me, I didn't want the holes there, so I filled it with lights and did a whole bunch of different things. And again, I like customizing cars and customizing stuff to make it unique and one of a kind. So that's fine by me. But yeah, that's the only few things I would really do. Because like I said, you can maybe see my bumper up there a little bit. If you look at the right, over here you can see that little flare out. That's what I was talking about. Adding right here to, you know, not throw as much mud and stuff and make it look a little bit wider. It looks kind of narrow right now. So when you're looking at it, it looks pretty narrow compared to the fender flare. So yeah, that's the only thing. But other than that, I really like the bumper. I think it looks better than the stock. It gives it definitely a more aggressive look. And again, this thing would look great on something that might not have the Sasquatch package and the Sasquatch flares, because those come out really wide, and so do the tires and everything like that. So this might look better on something that has, you know, maybe not even a lift. It would probably, even I guess with a lift, maybe a little bit bigger tire than stock and stuff. As long as you don't have the super wide flares, I'm sure this will look great. But yeah, that's the bumper. I'm gonna attach the link in the description of this video, so if you are interested in it, you can purchase it. And I'll add some links to a few other bumpers that might be more plug and play. Just, you know, plug everything back in, take everything off one, put it in another, no alterations, and then you're good to go. So that's something that I'll do. And yeah, so just check the link. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for a lot more videos to come. I'm going to be doing a walk around on this Bronco here pretty soon, or my Bronco, I guess, to show you all the accessories and little modifications and things like that that I've done to it. So thank you for watching 303 Streets. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos to come. Thank you.